Said.
Yeah. Yo. Ah! Yeah.
Oh, my dog, man. What's going on, bro?
What the fuck is populating, my brother? Good, my
Fuck,
nigga?
bro. Oh, man. I'm blessed, fam. You know what I'm saying? What are you dealing with?
I'm cooling, family. I'm cooling, family. You know, I'm just here, brother, just thriving. You know,
Yeah.
appreciate you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Likewise, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is another episode of the motherfucking Brothers Grimm. You're here with your boy AK.
It's your boy Dub, man. What's goody?
It's goody. Yo,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You know, let me adjust this motherfucker cause yeah, like yo, that the background is looking crazy. That's a background, guys. You know, I got the dirty garage as a background, so don't even watch that. Yo.
Yo, nigga about to throw up that calf emoji right now in this bitch.
Ah! Yeah,
Jeez.
man. So, yo, how's your week been, brother? How's your week been?
It's been alright. You know what I'm saying? Maintaining,
Yeah, man. Don't
you
know,
know?
family.
How about yours, bro?
Productivity, that's sometimes these weeks we just gotta power through it. It's just,
Yeah,
as long as work was done, you know,
no doubt.
that's all you can ask for, bro.
Facts,
A lot
bro.
of these cats out here, they're with this coming like COVID number two, this fucking terrorist shit, bro. So you hear the talks at work, and everybody's on this. Oh, let's just be, watching how they speak and shit like that, because nobody wants to be on the radar right now, you know.
Facts.
So, but yeah, aside from that, don't know, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. Of course, man.
You know.
So you're saying that the tariffs, what does that mean in your industry?
Mm, 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 mm. In my particular industry, what the tariffs mean is we had a bigger staff, and now it is down to literally the fucking bones of like it's the skeletal structure of staffing there.
So they already trimmed the staffing. They already done. They've
Oh,
already.
they did that. They've been reducing. So we were a smaller company at 60, then we got to about 90. Then they came back to that 60, and then they came to like 55. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they're super getting everything to like they're trimming everything down.
So what aspect of the tariffs is mostly affecting
Well,
your
we do a
what
lot
y'all
of
do?
business with the states, like a lot.
Okay.
Like we sell to them, and I'm not sure if we source our steel and stuff, but like we definitely, um, yeah, we definitely do a lot of business. I mean, most of my business trips have been to the states. In fact, all of them have been to the states. So that has definitely, if you want to talk about my particular job, right off top, having traveled, won't be traveling for work in the next however long this thing is. We used to get away with it by they would pay us, and then we could go with our tools across the border, under the guise of it's we're installing. So they've already paid us, so we're just putting this thing in down there, right? Usually we'd get jammed up at the border, but that's how we went around it. So
Right.
now they're like, yo, look, man, if you're not going to send the guy to come down here and sort out this whole system, then we're
Hmm.
just going to have to source our own electricians down here. And I think that everybody's kind of doing that. So, like, now, with our work, we happen to just buy our steel locally and a lot of that stuff, you know what I mean? But cable and wires and shit like that. It's different,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it just slows things down, and naturally in any industrial industry, there's going to be slow periods, but
Yeah.
now you see it super, 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 super slow, and that's probably the most thing I can see. You know, I'm not an
Okay.
executive. I'm not like upper management, so
Right.
I'm still like the way that I look at it is like if I take a day off, this would be the time to take the day off because the company can recoup. Like they're not having to make these hard decisions. I don't want to make the decision hard for them, and I don't want to make the decision easy for them either. So I'm
Hmm.
not going to take off 20 fucking days just because I know things are going in a certain type of way.
Right.
But I'm going to take more time, where I can, and it's not going to be looked at on as like, oh, you weren't here for 2-3 weeks in a row on the Monday, for example,
Mm.
which is what I used to do. Where that was at that time scrutinized. Now at this time it would be like, oh, okay, you're relieving some of the pressure for us. We don't want to pay that much out,
Wow.
and you know what I mean. And
Wow.
yeah, I guess it might be my particular position. I didn't mean to go on a rant, man. My bad.
No, but I
What
asked
can
the
I
question.
say?
I know, no, no, that's cool. I asked the question. So, and that's obviously that topic is, I mean, it can go on for that could be a whole episode almost, right?
Right,
At least a half a fucking episode. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So, but yeah, I was
How,
just curious.
yeah.
Yeah.
How does it affect you? How how has it how has it affected you guys over there, man? Because I know you do a lot of shipping, so
You know what the crazy thing is, bro? I haven't felt I haven't felt the pinch personally, like in my position. It's not even just my like I haven't even heard anything. That's the crazy part.
really,
I haven't even heard anything, bro. They haven't said nothing, and a couple of us at work have been talking. Like, I wonder why they haven't said nothing because, especially because of the auto industry, because we're basically the auto industry, right?
right?
So it's kind of funny that there has been no talks. I've been receiving, as the shipper, I've been receiving the emails from certain vendors of ours that say, for instance, hey, one was crazy. I seen one the other day. It was crazy from the company that we get our floors from, which is crazy because I thought that that company was Canadian,
Huh?
but it's not. It's American, but I guess they have one warehouse that's, I think it's in Tulsenburg or is it Tilsonburg?
Tilsonburg, yeah,
Tilsonburg.
yeah.
It's in Tilsonburg. So I thought it was Canadian, but it's not. So, and then the email was basically like, yo, so this is what's happening. We're increasing our prices due to the tariffs. And they were kept saying, yeah, we're trying to keep our American, warehouses, moving and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, that's how I figured out it was American. And I was just like, then they started going on about, so this is the prices, 6% over here, 2% over here, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I'm looking at it like, okay, they're saying in the email that it's a humble, modest increase, but I'm looking at this like on a grand scale. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely doing some damage, but
There's hundreds of thousands of dollars, about six
for
percent.
sure, of course, off rip. But then at the end of the email, it went and said, "Oh, and by the way, if Canada becomes the 51st state, these increases will not apply." And it was no joke. They didn't put an LOL, a winky face.
That's
There
a
was
business.
no,
That was in a business email.
that was a bit that was sent to everybody. Like that's somebody who, imagine you send an email to every one of your customers. Like that is literally what that email was. It was sent to everybody. And there was no, and I'm like, what? Why would a business put, so I'm like, damn, bro. Like, so, I mean, and I guess it's safe to say that this company is super Republican with it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, that's at least safe to say. But I don't know what. the angle was for them to be able to actually say that in a professional email.
That's
That was
extremely bold.
crazy.
That's bold. Very bold.
Very bold with no
Prejudice at all.
PS. Yeah, no PS. Winky, no LOL. No, just kidding at the nothing, bro. Just straight out, flat out like that. I was like, wow.
Yo.
So, interestingly enough, I know you're about to say something. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, hold on one second. I just want to open the garage real quick.
Oh, okay, bet. Yeah.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah,
Sorry
no,
about that.
no, that's light work, bro.
Yeah, nah, that's fucking people are so stupid, bro. So fucking stupid. You know? You know what's so fucking stupid? Okay, yo, listen to me. Okay, I'm all I'm all for people. You know when people come to the crib and they're like, "Oh, can I get a bottle of water?" You know what I'm saying? Can I get a bottle of
Yeah.
water? And they'll take a fucking sip of the shit. You know what I'm saying? And they'll leave
And
that
then
shit
they'll
around the crib.
leave that motherfucker around. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah,
So we
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah,
we got the homie came over,
yeah,
seeing, and they don't live here. So they went and bought and put a whole fucking can, seeing? A whole can
yeah,
inside the fucking freezer.
yeah.
Tell me how they forgot about it.
A whole can unopened.
Unopened, fam.
See, now that
So
is,
guess what
yeah.
happened? Right?
Well,
Thing
obviously
blow.
that bitch. Yeah.
But did they clean it though? Right?
Well, they probably weren't even there when that shit.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
So they put the thing in the thing. The thing blows up.
yeah,
I come home. I seen it. I
yeah.
move it in the fridge. I move it out of the fridge or freezer. But now the fucking freezer won't fucking close because the damn fridge is so fucking old. The rubber is now sticking to the frozen juice
Oh,
inside the
so it's
freezer.
not. So it's
So it's
not
not closing.
adhering. It's not adhering to the thing. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
just seen that just fucking now. Like, no consideration, brother. Anyways, just like these
No.
fucking terrorists, bro. It's just like there's no consideration, fam. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
all right. Before I say what I'm about to say, you know what? I'll
All right.
ask you the question. How do you feel about Canada being a 51st state, bro?
Yo, if it means more laxed gun laws and access to proper firearms manufacturers,
Yeah.
I'm all for it, bro. Um, actually, let me not say I'm all for it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's actually a very good question. Let me. Right, right.
Yeah.
That would be my only benefit. I should say that would be the only benefit I could see off top as the 51st state, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be it. Like I can go get a fucking proper Beretta, go to the range. You know what I mean? Like do different type of firearms type of training. You know,
Yeah.
maybe have access to. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's just a me thing. I don't
Yeah.
think there is any benefit. I think that we have it. We have our thing is set out here. I'll say that our thing is set, and you don't want that. Like you don't need that. It's not like it's
So
an
you don't
asset
need
to
it?
you. No, I think that America is an asset to us the way that they have always been. Once you assimilate, like it's just like you have. It's like what happens when you have a thing. You know what I'm saying? You're just starting to talk to it. You guys maybe work together, and you guys have this proper thing. It might be the work wife, whatever, and y'all work together, but she has her man, you have your gal, and one day you just cross the line. Now it's like you can't work. Like you can't go back to work the same type of way. It's just all convoluted. Now it might be a benefit to one of those two people in that situation, but in that scenario, if we're using America and Canada in that scenario, we're getting we're the side bitch at that point. We don't really have the assets like that. So
Okay,
that's
sorry.
why.
Let me. Okay, all right. Sorry. Okay, so I like that you brought that analogy to the table because when you think about it like this, so imagine you're the side bitch forever, right?
Forever.
And then this nigga said, and then the nigga or whoever says, "Hey, yo, man, what are we doing? Yo, I think you need to move into the crib, bro. I mean, you might as well. You know what I'm saying? You're already always around.
Yes.
We've been fucking with each other for a minute,
Yes. Your family
right?
knows my family.
Your family knows my family. We have all of this. Why not just come? You know what I'm saying? Just move into the crib, bro. Just come and join the family for real, official. Like that's you being nominated, in my opinion, to be or that's you being promoted, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
So now go ahead.
yo. Sometimes the promotion, especially in dick pussy shit, shouldn't go on, fam.
No, I agree. I agree. But in certain scenarios, you might be in, like as you put it before, one of those two it could be beneficial for. But it obviously, if the offer is on the table, it's beneficial for the person who's putting the offer on the table as well. You know what I mean? So there's no, and it's not an offer necessarily, but it's like it is kind of an offer, really, is because Trump is basically saying like, yo, he's basically glorifying the idea of it, right? So you know what I mean? And so, like I was gonna say before, so I asked Chat GPT in a pretty detailed prompt,
Okay.
right, to outline for me a hypothetical situation where Canada and the US, or Canada becomes a 51st state of the US, right? And I told him specifically, him or whoever, I told Chat GPT to outline the pros and cons of all of that whole situation, right?
Yeah.
So obviously I don't have the prompt and the answer here with me right now or whatever, but I'll tell you right now, as far as cons go, the only cons to that situation was sovereignty, right? Which does nothing for me. Um, Cultural identity, which there really isn't any in Canada. There's really no there. Your identity is that of wherever your parents are from, or whatever. But it's really, there is no real identity here. You know what I mean? We all know that. You know what I mean? You can sit there and call Canada a melting pot all you want, but at the end of the day, there has not been one sort of identity that came from all of those different, cultures being here. For the most part, they just sort of stick to themselves anyways. You know what I mean? Like there's no, this is not a gumbo. It's not a gumbo
There's a whole bunch of pots
on
on the
one
stove.
stove.
I
Yes.
remember when you said that, and I was like, yo,
Yes.
it's so fucking true. It's rare
Yes.
that a spice from that pot goes into this pot.
Maybe once in a while it
It
happens
will
by
happen.
accident because the one spoon over here happens to go into the next pot. There's a few, there are a few, you could say that there's maybe but on an individual basis, I would say people tend to, you know,
They find their home.
up, they find their home, they find their, you know what I mean? Like, who do you rock with? How many friends do you got? That's, you have people that for some reason might happen to have friends that are all Indian or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They speak the language. They started learning the joints. They go to the fucking parties. When Diwali hits, they're debo. You know what I mean? They're doing their joints, whatever, right?
Right.
Like, but on a grand scale, there's no, I don't really see what came of all of these cultures being here that is one thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, so what would it look like for an actual melting pot experience? What does
That's
that
a
look
good
like to you?
question. That is a good question, man. And I honestly don't really know.
Because I've always
Because
thought
that
that it
takes
was.
hundreds of years, bro. When you really think about it, that takes a long time, bro, to really to brew up. You know what I'm saying? It takes a long time to brew something like that, right? Because it's just it's evolving and it's getting to that point where enough people have mixed in with each other enough. There's enough of inter I don't like to say interracial, like I don't mean
That's
interracial,
true,
but
but that's what
that's
it is.
basically the only way to just interracial and all of that type of
I would
marriages, and
wager, not to
right.
cut you off, because I
Go
want to
ahead,
just
man.
make sure that
Go ahead,
everybody's saying it.
man.
Um, I would wager that that has already been happening.
No, it's been happening.
After the black white thing, after
Yeah.
that big black white thing happened, it was black and Indian, it was black and Chinese, black and Filipino, black and Indian, black and
But
this,
how many can you
and
say?
so on and so forth in other races and stuff like that.
Sure,
Especially,
sure, sure.
so I how is that not considered a melting pot, right? And especially if you're doing fire
Because,
with, okay,
but sorry to cut you off, but because, think about it. You just said all of that. Can you name somebody that's half Indian and half Chinese or whatever, or half white? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, how often do you really see that to the extent of, you know what I'm saying, where it's going to be like I said, I'm not saying it's not
I would say
happening.
more so now than ever.
Yeah, but
You know,
it, like I said, it takes
I'm not in
time
the
for
high
that.
schools and shit like that, but I would
It
say
takes, sure, that's fair, but it takes, all I'm saying is that it's still, it takes time, bro. And
I
there's
agree.
still, because you got to understand, we're still seeing the divide between cultures and everything every day, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's still sort of that divide. And you got to understand too, is like, Canada is a relatively new country in comparison to, even the US. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure exactly how longer, US has been a country or whatever, but um, yeah, they've definitely, there's, Canada's like a new country, and when you really think about it, people really started, immigrating here. When you think about it, it's not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I would say that in regards of it being culturally diverse, that's absolutely unquestionable or undeniable, you know?
Okay.
But does that create but is there an identity that is Canadian? What is being Canadian other than fucking maple syrup, poutine,
Hockey.
and hockey, right?
We have
But
our shit, bro. We have our
I'm not
shit, bro.
saying we don't have our shit,
But
bro.
not to the
But
point, not to your point, though. We have
no,
things that are Canadian
we
that you
have
can consider
things that are Canadian.
right.
But
But yeah,
what are you surrendering by what are you surrendering by joining a country that is very, very, very similar to you? You know what I mean? Like, what is so culturally different
I
from the
think
US?
I think for the artistry, they're laughing.
Who's
You know,
laughing?
like for artists and stuff like that. If that's the biggest, if that's the market you want to tap into, you become the 51st state. You can pour into them; they can pour into you. The average citizen, I don't, really see it as a super benefit to being the, because we're talking about being a 51st state
Yeah.
outside of the burners, and like, yeah, I don't know what would happen to the healthcare. How would
So,
that look?
all right, bet. You know what? Okay, so now I gotta do this now.
You're
Sorry to
gonna
cut you
pull it
off
up.
again. I gotta pull it up now.
All right.
So
Is it
give me
gonna
a
cut off the
second.
thing?
No, it ain't gonna cut off nothing. You
Okay.
can still hear me, right?
Yes.
And you probably can't see me, right?
No, no, no.
Right. So that's cool. I'm gonna pull it up right now, bro.
Yo, these fucking electric cars make this weird ass sound.
Yeah, bro. It sounds like a computer turning on, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, you know
Yeah.
what
And
I
I'm
mean?
like, what are you like? Yo, it's weird to me. Why not just make the sound of an engine? Like or I don't know. It's I I get the oh, it doesn't make a sound, carbon footprint, but like that sounds
Right.
just weird. Like it's not a floating thing, you know.
Right.
It's not like I don't know, bro. I hear it all the time, and I'm just like, yo,
Well, you might know better than I do as an electrician, so why it would make that sound. But yeah, I honestly, it is weird. It is weird, but it's kind of cool at the same time. All right, so look, I thought so I thought the prompt that I gave was more detailed for some reason, maybe just because of how detailed that this thing that they laid out was. I would say it was fairly decent. But the prompt that I gave him
okay,
was, can you conceptualize Canada becoming a 51st state and then weigh out the pros and cons of that concept? That's all I said. Um, so what it says here is, if Canada were to become the 51st state of the United States, it would be one of the most significant geopolitical changes in modern history. This scenario would involve political, economic, cultural, and social integration on a massive scale. Let's break it down. Okay, so it goes conceptualizing Canada as a 51st state. So for this to happen, several steps would be necessary. Political process. Canada would need to voluntarily dissolve its sovereignty and request statehood, which would require constitutional amendments in both countries. So just to stop there for a second, Trump doing what he's doing now with these tariffs is really trying to put us in an economic position where we would have to request to be a 51st state. That's the only way that that could happen. So and it looks like that's kind of what he's doing, right?
okay,
So then number two, legal and governmental integration. Canadian laws, institutions, and governance structures would need to be aligned with US federal and state laws. Economic transition. Canada would adopt the US dollar and its industries would be subject to US regulations and policies. Number four, social and cultural impact. Canadian identity, social programs like universal health care, and multicultural policies would need to be reconciled with American systems. Okay, so now the pros and cons. Sorry, so this is the pros. The pros of Canada becoming the 51st state. Economic growth and trade efficiency. As a single economic entity, Canada and the US would eliminate tariffs, trade barriers, and currency exchange issues, making North America a stronger global economic powerhouse. Number two, military and defense synergy. Canada would benefit from full US military protection, and defense spending could be consolidated, potentially reducing costs. Number three, access to a larger labor market. Canadians would have seamless access to US jobs and vice versa without visa restrictions. Number four, greater political influence. Canada, as a full fledged part of the US, would gain representation in Congress, impacting US policies and decisions on the world stage. Number five, more infrastructure investment. Rural and remote parts of Canada could receive increased federal funding for infrastructure, roads, and public services. So those are all the pros right there, right? Let me just go on to the cons, and then we'll
mm-hmm.
talk about it. All right. So number one, loss of sovereignty. Canada would no longer be an independent nation, losing control over its own policies, foreign affairs, and governance. Two, erosion of social programs. Canada's universal health care, strong social welfare programs, and regulatory frameworks could be at risk under US policies. Number three, political and cultural differences. Canadians tend to lean more socially progressive than Americans. Issues like gun control, healthcare, and environmental policies could create major conflicts. Number four, Indigenous rights and governance conflicts. Indigenous treaties in Canada would have to be renegotiated, potentially leading to significant legal and political disputes. Five, Americanization of Canadian identity. Canadian culture, including its distinct political institutions, bilingualism, and historical ties to the British monarchy, would likely be diluted.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the final way in. While economic and military integration could bring significant benefits, the social, political, and cultural challenges would likely outweigh the advantages for most Canadians. The loss of sovereignty, potential weakening of public health care, and drastic shifts in governance would make this scenario highly controversial. From a US perspective, absorbing Canada could bring economic and territorial advantages, but it would also introduce significant governance challenges. The American political system would need to accommodate a population that is on average more progressive than many US states, which could shift the balance of power in Congress. Overall, the concept of Canada as the 51st state remains highly improbable due to deep rooted national identity and political differences, despite some economic and logistical advantages. So we probably should have. Now that I think about it, we probably should have just went just the pros and cons and done and just kind of. But so from the pros aspect of it, like it sounds like it's a better economic move in general to me, personally. Like this, because from the cons aspect of it, it's really only things like we talk about the identity, the culture. The biggest thing for me would have been the I guess the healthcare thing, and the social part of it, right? Like, but there that is so debatable. Like we can go on all day about that, right? Like just about the social. Like, is it really that? Like we talk about the health. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad. Is the healthcare really that? Can you hear me still?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. So the healthcare is really like as much as it's good that all you need to do is have your health card on you, and if it's an emergency, you go and you deal with your shit. That's it, right? But the healthcare system, as we all know in Canada, is first of all, it's there's not enough healthcare providers, there's not enough doctors, there's not enough any of that shit. And I feel like I could be totally wrong about this because I'm not a fucking economist or some financial expert or whatever. But I would assume that when you create, um, like a business structure for healthcare, it creates sort of like a competitive environment where, now people are competing for you to, be their healthcare provider. You know what I mean? And
right,
that creates like a, oh, okay, well, I'll do this for you if you come into, no, 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 but I'll do this for you. You know what I mean? And I'll do that for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it creates, so now the bar it gets raised higher because a lot of people say that as much as you have to pay for the healthcare in the States, and that's only if you don't get benefits, which most jobs, just like in Canada, most jobs in the US will have benefits and will provide insurance. And you can actually pay for your own insurance. Really, I mean, if you're an entrepreneur, you can pay monthly to a company and you get your own healthcare policy and stuff, like, you know what I mean, for everything, just like you have for the benefits. You're just paying out of pocket for it. That's all.
yeah,
And but a lot of people argue that you do have that, in the US, they tend to have better healthcare. Like, you know what I mean? Like more quality, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? You know how they say you get what you pay for. If healthcare is free, well, what are you getting really? You know what I mean? So
right.
it's something that you gotta, yeah. So, but other than that, I would say that those other things in terms of, you know what I mean, and political challenges, I don't know exactly what that is all about. I have no idea. But I mean, the whole loss of identity thing, I mean, I don't see how that would be such a drastic adjustment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So,
I think
yeah,
yeah, yeah, that was very informative. I definitely made me think about a lot of different things. Cause I usually try to stay away from the polys and stuff like that.
yeah,
Um, but it's showing its ass to us right now. So you have to think about it. So I guess in
exactly.
what you were saying, I guess a few things came to mind, which was like, okay, does Canada have a natural resource? Right?
Yeah,
If usually countries aren't quick to lose independence, if especially if they have natural resources that they can process, especially um, that's usually a big thing. You know, you um, the military. These are just things drummed up, right? So the military aspect, America has one of the biggest and most qualified militaries in the world. We'd have access to that.
yeah,
Um, I was also thinking about this healthcare thing because that's the crux, right? That's usually the
that's
that's the
the
thing that's the most dividing line between everything,
yeah. Well, look,
and
well, look at us. We got free healthcare, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's the like exactly. Yeah, yeah,
right. So like that's what we say. Oh, free healthcare. You know what I mean? And like you'll be somewhere and people ask you about it and like what is that like? But you know what? That was a very fascinating point because it's like yeah, you do get what you pay for, right?
yeah,
And like, okay, look, there are certain American doctors like in Miami, like, isn't there a guy named Doctor Miami or something like that? Like these guys that are the best surgeons, the best plastic surgeons, the best neurosurgeons, the best. Like you, a lot of that's coming from there, and a lot of people are coming from the best of their class to come there and compete and be one of the
Yep.
best. So when you're paying into something, yes, and if your company's subsidizing, a lot of your or some of your healthcare, and you're subsidizing it on your own, it's not a bad thing. There's also insurance policies that you could take out for
Yep.
yourself and bro. And I find, because over there it's so much about just making money, and uh, you could build wealth, dare I
Right.
say, a little bit quicker out there, because you have so much more access to bread,
I'd say a
like
lot quicker. I'm not gonna
to
lie.
to house, like to you have so much more access to property. Forgive me. That's what I was trying to say. And if
Yeah.
you can go and flip houses, and you have like houses, I seen a fucking big dirty nasty 5-bedroom house in Texas
Yeah.
with
Mhm.
land, and it was just like 700 bands, and I'm like, what,
Bro,
dog? Don't fuck with me, bro.
that's going for like 5 mil out here, bro. Like,
Like, and anyways, bro, and I've been watching a lot more ways to create, you know, um, you know, family wealth, and
yeah,
building that, and property is one of the main things. That's why I've been trying to get my electrical car, because once I'm, anyways, I have my whole strategy as to how I'm going to do and create my wealth here. But I find like if I had that strategy out there, you're already a
yeah,
millionaire a lot earlier.
a
Even
lot
as late
earlier,
as old as I am now. You know what I mean? You could still make it quicker out there. I find
no
like
doubt,
there's
man.
a big ceiling out here, and you do, yeah. So you know what, man? It's definitely an interesting perspective to hear that. Like,
Right.
because I'm somebody who stays away generally from the politics like that, because I'm not like the voting aspect and all that. They say it works, but I just find that we kind of live in a day of just the most popular person wins, and there's no real effect in local government. They always say that, but I just don't see it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I
with
decided
voting and
to.
shit like that, you
Yeah,
know.
sorry to cut you off. I decided to vote for the first time in my life this year, so I'm gonna vote. Um, and but to be honest, the only reason I'm voting is because I've never done it before, and I'm like, I'm gonna vote once at least, just to say, listen, I voted. Leave me the fuck alone. But before I did that, before I decided to vote, I said, I'm gonna really look into this shit and see if some of the stuff that I heard is actually true or not. Like, about basically the voting system being,
Rigged.
you know, like, if you want to call it rigged, you call it rigged or riggable. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You can call it riggable, just the structure of it, right? Because why would it have to be like that? So basically, the Canadian election sort of process is I think it's a, what do they call it? First past the post kind of thing. So
huh,
there's, I think, what, 392 ridings. So basically, that's what you have. That's your, you know what I'm saying? That's the seats that you need to fill. So
okay.
whoever fills those seats first wins, right?
Huh.
So basically, even though if most Canadians would rather vote, let's say, conservative, but the liberals fill up those seats faster, they win. So it doesn't matter who most Canadians actually vote for. So when they say every vote counts, it's really just bullshit. It's not, every vote does not count. How can it count when the majority doesn't necessarily rule in this case? The majority could be that most people vote conservative. Doesn't mean that conservative fucking wins.
But if you fill up those seats more one way, that way
Yes,
wins.
that way wins.
It's crazy.
So yeah, so to me it's just like, and the fact that people know this and still, rush to the polls to go and vote as if, well, and I get it, we can't control, that's how it is. But I've always said this. I feel like, like, what if everybody decided not? We ain't voting until you guys make this shit fucking fair. A vote should be a vote. Every vote is cast, and that's your fucking vote. And at the end of, I understand that there's got to be like you should give it a day. Okay, this is voting day. Everybody go ahead and vote. You get 1 day, go ahead and vote. Go vote. Everybody vote, and you tally that bitch up at the end of the day, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that, you got to ask yourself how many people are not in the country on voting day, right? For various reasons.
Yeah, that's
It
on
could
them.
be a vacation. It could be maybe it is on them. But when you think about it, like, we're going to Mars, we're going to the moon, we're doing all types of shit. And you mean to tell me that you can't come up with something where people can legitimately cast their votes online, right? Through maybe a blockchain sort of technology thing that is, unriggable. You can't fucking tamper with it. Nobody can fuck with it.
Right.
It's open. It's an open ledger of all the votes. So if you really wanted to go and look, you could look and see all the votes for yourself. It is an open, fair voting system. There's
Yeah.
the means to do this are more than available.
Of course.
And the only reason why I would say they're not doing this is to be able to rig it if they wanted to.
Politics, bro. So you know what's funny though?
Yep.
What you're saying that right now, it's making me think like, yeah, that's something we can consider doing because we're an independent country. You don't get that
Right.
as the 51st state. You can't just, oh, all of a sudden now you want to do shit. You're the 51st state. Now you're part of a conglomerate. Nah. So what you're saying there
Yeah.
could only ever be considered in this type of position that we're in. So there are
Yeah.
things that subtly come up, subtle or not,
Right.
that come up that having your independence allows you, you know?
No, no, I
So,
agree with that. That's a good point.
so,
That's a good point.
but just like, if that's a good point, them doctors, the healthcare is a really fucking good point. Because,
Yeah.
yo, like, just can you imagine paying for your doctors? And then people are like, what? Canada pays for their doctors, or like their healthcare directly? Yo, I'm going there. I'm going to be the top guy out there.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Economically, it just seems more like, you're right. You do lose those things. But I guess what I would ask Canadians is like, why are you so against it with the, you know what I'm saying? Elbows up, all of this. Like, but what is that benefiting for you? Because you have to understand that Canada is a country that has, oh, well, we got all these resources. Yeah, but these resources don't mean anything to us because we only benefit from it from selling it to other people. So if other people don't buy it, then what are we doing? So we're not making things with these resources. We're relying on other people
To
now
consume them.
to consume them. So if we were focused on making things, we would be in a completely different fucking predicament right now, right? And that's exactly what Trump's angle is. He's trying to force Americans to start making stuff, and Canadians should start doing the same thing. We need to start making stuff. We don't make anything. We have all this stuff, but we don't make anything,
Yeah.
right? We can't do it because there's a lot of,
Create your own industry,
we got to
right?
create our own wealth and be able to, like, yeah, exactly, have the
This is the
money.
perfect time to do that.
This is the perfect time to, and we're in a position where but it's like, how long can we ride out the storm? And I feel like that's exactly what Trump is betting on. He's betting that Americans will be able to ride out this storm and we won't. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
because the 330 or 340 million versus 30 million, 33 million last time I
Right there
checked, right?
alone. Yeah,
Like, yo, we can wait these niggas out, bro. You know what I'm
that's
saying? It's not
exactly
even,
it.
and we have a military. If these niggas want to
And
flex, we got the best
we
military,
can't flex. Well, they
bro.
can't flex. Flexing is that you can't even.
You know what I'm saying? I will do it. You know what I'm saying? So let's, anyway. So it's
You know what I'm
those kind of,
saying?
yeah. So these, uh, hello? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, my bad, my bad. I just gotta hold up. Sorry, bro. 1 second. Let me just
yeah.
send a little text real quick.
Know those ones,
You know what I'm saying?
fam. I know those ones, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just do this right here. But
All right.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, brother. My bad.
Okay. So,
Um, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
yo,
Yeah,
listen, man.
you were saying something. Sorry.
Um, dog, you know what you say? I forgot, fam.
That's okay, bro.
It's okay. I like I just okay. So my whole thing, just because I
Mm-hmm.
want to end this off on a you know
Mm-hmm.
on a plateau, I guess. I definitely will look into it more.
Sure.
Uh, because you know, uh, and have my own actual perspective. Like it seems like you have a very you know directive about this. If you have an opinion on it, that's
Sure.
seems to be researched, and I think that in order to properly have this particular conversation, it can't just be what I see in my everyday type shit. You know what I mean? It has to be what I've researched and then formulate an opinion on this. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely want to leave this one open
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
a little bit goes a long way. I think in this particular situation, I've done a little bit of due diligence, not a whole lot. So you know
Right.
what I mean. But I
I
feel
just don't
like
want to come on here and talk about the things that I'm hearing at work type shit in regards to these things because I work with a couple of guys that went down the rabbit hole on the Alice in Wonderland side of the game. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So they're constantly talking about politics, and I don't want to draw from that little shit that I'm here dropping in every once in a while here into. You know what I'm
sure,
saying?
sure, sure.
And
That's
have that be my opinion or say something stupid. So like that's kind of where I want to leave it for right now, but I definitely want to come back to it. Definitely want to come back to this.
no doubt.
Seeing as I was super prevalent, you know what I'm saying? Um
Yeah, no doubt.
that being said, I said I have a, am I the asshole? I was going to start reading. I wanted to try this particular segment, right?
No doubt.
To, so I don't know all right, so it says, I moved in with my significant other of 2 years after my pay was reduced in February. Due to everything that's been happening, and it didn't make financial sense for me to live on my own apartment anymore. My significant other asked me to move in with him, so I took up his offer. My SO, which is significant other,
Yeah,
I'll just say that, is my ex boyfriend's dad, and I'm now living in the home where my ex boyfriend grew up. My ex doesn't visit the house at all. I suggested to my SO that we should move everything out of my ex's childhood room, let me use it to store some of my stuff, and let me use it as my personal office slash lounging room. My SO agreed. So I boxed up everything in my ex BF's childhood's room and moved them to the garage, including the furniture. I've redecorated the room and made it mine. Before I even moved his things, I emailed my ex and this about this and told him he should come by and take a look at what he wants to keep or sell or donate. After hearing from him for 3 weeks, after not hearing from him for 3 weeks, today he texts me calling me all sorts of names for clearing out and taking his room. I'm really trying to be sensitive and nice here, but he is making it very difficult with his rage filled outbursts and texts. My SO and I are giving him a year to clear out his childhood stuff from the garage before I donate everything. Neither my SO nor I feel clearing out his room was inappropriate, but my ex is just melting down in a tantrum filled rage. Why does my ex feel like he owns his childhood room when he doesn't even visit it? It is very sad and bizarre. Am I the asshole?
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. I'll come there. If I'm the dude, I'll come there and I'll clear every blood clot thing, including yo ass. I'm clearing both of y'all. Both of y'all is getting iced. Are you are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Okay. Okay.
So this bitch is, did I hear this right, bro? This bitch is basically her significant other is her ex's fucking dad.
Yeah.
And then she wonders why he doesn't come around. This can't be real. This can't be real. Listen,
Now I will say this about these. I don't like if this is somebody's real life. That's wild. I
it
don't know
could
if these
be.
guys are writers trying to be writers because it's coming from Reddit. But that being said, it's just like
This shit does happen. You know what I'm
it be
saying?
life be life in, bro.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Am I the ass? You're a fucking dog's asshole, bro.
Hilarious,
You are a
hilarious.
dog's fucking asshole. What are you talking about?
Okay, okay. So the way I look at it is like, yo, yo, that's like the worst case scenario. Like your shorty goes with your dad, fam. Like, I just, yo, man,
I'll just I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. I
nah,
don't know
man.
what I would do.
Yo, that's for me. Easy cutoff. Easy cutoff. Like,
What do you mean easy cutoff?
like, yo, you can throw everything. What's in there? I don't have a fucking Olympic medal in that room. You know, I'm
Whatever I had, yeah, whatever I would have
burn
wanted,
that,
I would
burn
have
that.
I already had that. If I whatever I don't have is probably not like obviously like okay. So if there's sentimental stuff or whatever in there and I needed to go and get that, I would need first of all I would need to bring maybe at least 2, 3 fucking people with me to try to keep my head straight while I
If
go and get.
anybody said, yo, dog,
And if
yo,
she really wants the room that bad, and she wants me to clear my shit, all right, bet. So do me this favor, guys. Since you want me to clear this shit out so fucking bad, just make sure you're not there when I get there. Leave the fucking door open. Let me come get my shit. I don't want to see none of y'all, nigga. I don't want to see none of y'all.
niggas better looking like the mannequins at the mall in
Yeah.
the house. I don't want to see
I don't
nobody
even want to,
move.
don't even know mannequin, bro. I don't want to see no figures I don't want to see I don't want to see nobody.
No,
I don't want to
no.
see nothing, bro. I'll fuck around and shoot the mannequins, bro. Like if I see like bro, listen. I don't even know. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that
Oh
yo.
man.
So that was a little example of idea. So I'm not sure if those are real, but yeah, like
They
that's
very
so
well could be, man. It's this like you said, life be a life in, bro. And it's
so
very fucking possible.
it's very possible. I mean,
There's been even crazier stories, bro, that are for
yeah.
real, for real. Like trust me.
Well,
Like
crazier stories like that fucking one we was talking about the other day. Where the girl said that they planned a surprise baby shower, and everybody at the baby shower killed. What
right.
was it? They jumped the girl,
Yeah.
everybody jumped the fucking girl, and
Pretty much
it was a
intending on killing the baby, pretty much. Like what it from what it sounded like, which, like I said, man, it's unspeakable. And yeah, so
these
I
guys
mean,
are
one of the craziest story, the one of the stories that come up the most in my mind when I think about like real life being more fiction than actual fiction, is
right.
like that movie Pain and Gain, the one with Mark Wahlberg, The Rock.
Yeah,
Like the fact that, and from I went back and I love movies that are like based on real life, so I
so you can
always
look
do
back up
my
the
so I
facts.
can look back up the facts, and there is a lot of facts in there. Like there's very little. The only thing they really changed is like some of the characters' names, certain people's names,
Which they
and
ended up showing at the end of the day.
and they
Like,
showed it at the end, really, which was crazy, right? They showed the real photo, and bro, unfucking believable. So
that's a really good movie, man.
this a
Honestly,
really, really good movie, and just the fact that it's for real, is unfucking believable, man. So like when you see stuff like that, it makes you know, like even if that particular story isn't true, one like it most likely has happened before,
I can say that.
more than once. So
All right,
for real,
I got a question for you, my nigga.
yeah.
If a banger can turn into a legendary track, is every banger legendary? Separate question. What defines a banger versus a legendary track?
To be honest, it's obvious. It to me personally, it's there's a banger is based off of opinion, and I think that a legendary trap is based off of numbers. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like,
okay.
yeah,
But a lot of times, legend. Okay. Okay. So, numbers being. Numbers meaning like you get so many numbers, you get awards and stuff, right?
yeah, just like so songs that for instance, a song that but you don't
Mm.
even like the song, you don't even like the genre of music, but you still know the song. Like, it's undeniable, right? Like it's just
Like some
something
of them
that's
rock joints, like some of
some
them red hot chili
certain
peppers and shit like that.
certain joints that have been sampled by hip hop art, like, you know what I mean? Like it's so like when a song is legendary, it's like you have to sample it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like certain joints, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah,
I,
like I
I
would say, yeah.
I like what you said. I think that a banger is seasonal, whereas legendary it can span decades. It spans time periods. Like, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
can go away, it can come back. It can it's like, you know what I'm saying? It it's prevalent when it's there, and it can be elusive when it's gone. And so a track,
So give me an example of a legendary track.
I would legendary. You see, now that's a totally different like
Oh,
conversation,
were you
right?
saying banger? Or because I thought you said legendary is spans for
Legendary,
decades.
legendary span. Okay, so if I was gonna say, all right, like, all right, see me, I want to say, me personally, I want to say something from Shyne, but I'm not
Right.
gonna
And
say that.
that's opinion, right?
And that's opinion because the numbers
Because the numbers ain't there.
don't add up.
No.
But to me, Shyne's album legendary.
So you're
Like,
saying Shine's album is a classic.
yeah, respectfully,
So
yes.
legendary and classic, you're gonna put that as sort of the same, right? Like when you say legendary, you mean like a classic. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you can still listen to it. Like, I think you can listen to it now. But that I mean I'm older, so whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, but like you could also like, you know what? I was just listening to, okay, legendary, right? You remember Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
Keep rolling, rolling. All right, that track, right?
Yeah.
So I was watching Devil May Cry the other day, which is anime slash video game that came out earlier times. It's
Yeah.
come back now. They drew a cartoon for it. That's the
Right.
intro for it.
Okay.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Classic,
I agree with that. Yes, yes.
right?
See, and
But
that one has the numbers.
it started out as a banger.
Okay, so a legendary song can be a banger, but not every banger can be legendary.
Ah,
So that's why I said bangers are still in the opinion phase, and it takes time and numbers for them to become legendary for real. You know what I mean?
right. So a banger can, as long as a banger can still bang its way into the numbers,
Yeah,
and over time, it will
yeah.
eventually get that legendary stamp.
It'll get the
It
legendary
could.
stamp. It could.
There's a, yeah, because there's a lot of, yeah, okay. So I think I wanted to ask this because I was like, yeah, what defines a banger? We did that.
Right.
Um, okay. Yeah, okay. Chill. The work husband, the work wife. What is the thoughts on that? You know, because
So okay. So if you gotta, so you're talking about like as a single person.
it can be anything, right? Because you could be a married person, be at work, and there's a single shorty there.
So then, okay. So what's a work or so basically first define what is a work
Work,
husband
in
or
my
wife.
opinion, a work wifey is a shorty that you work with that you guys essentially can do. You guys do boyfriend and girlfriend shit at the work. You guys have. You guys are muddling in the gray area constantly. So you might, short of fucking, you might even be doing that, but you're not doing it at work, but everybody knows. Like, like she'll come around you. You guys are always eating lunch together. You guys are going for walks together, this, that, the third. And you might have a whole shorty at the crib, is what I'm saying.
It's
Just at
cheating,
work,
bro.
yeah.
It's
That's
fucking
how I
cheating.
that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You can't, like, people try, oh, that's my work husband, that's my work wife. No. There's none of that. There's I don't even joke about that. Because when I see those little videos online and stuff like that, like I seen one video where a guy was holding a shorty from like the back, and his girl came in, and they had to just like break apart and move quick. I'm like, yo, if I came in and seen that, I'd be, yo, it's a wrap.
Work,
Don't.
work husband, bro.
And the concept is, it's like, you, because you are around this person so long, 8 to sometimes 10 hours a day, depending, and that might be a regular job. If you're working trades, it might be different hours, right? So you're around this person a lot. It could be a secretary. It could be if you're at a stationary place, and maybe the UPS driver is on shawty, and every day you build for years. You know what I mean? Your years, you guys know each other. You get them a little bit more friendly. These are not these are not instant things. These often take a lot of time to happen. So you're definitely maintaining your relationship, and then you're not even. It's to the point where it's natural, right? I am part one instance where I was working, and a shorty, I had a different job. I was working at a different job, and this one shorty used to come around. You know what I'm saying? Every day used to come around, and I work with, same as I do now with all dudes, and it was only like it is in most industry buildings. It's like the office is like the shorties. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
this one particular one would always come around, and it got so bad that at one point she would be like coming in from work, coming into work in the morning, coming, stopping in, checking me for about 20 minutes, going upstairs, and then anytime she'd come back, it'd be a 20-minute, you know, link up,
Yeah.
talking, to the point where when I'm not around the thing now, everybody's looking around, Ray, what's going on, making gestures and all this shit. You know how it is. So um, I only Seen it with my own eyes. My eyes were open when her hubby used to come around. And when her hubby used to come around, that bitch looked like I had never seen a shorty before.
So
Like,
she had a husband. Okay, wow.
right? And I was single. So it was just like, I was like, okay, cool, And then when he would dip, she'd try to come back around, try to play. And I had to shut it down
Wow.
right there. You know what I mean? So,
Wow. So
and
after you seen the husband, like after you,
after the hubby was like
and you didn't
around,
know,
around,
so you
around.
didn't know she was married before you seen it, or
Yeah, I knew.
oh, you knew? Okay, okay.
Right? But I'm not talking to it on. I'm still out there. Like you're married. I'm out there. Like I'm doing my thing. So like,
Yeah.
if Shorty want to come talk, like that's in my head. That's all it
No.
is. I wouldn't ever cross that line because that's my shit where you eat type shit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like I'm always just gonna give you the Heisman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but yeah, in that scenario, that was when my eyes were opened when I seen the hubby and he whatever and he wasn't no friendly guy or nothing like that. Not that you need to be. He was there to do a job, so he was coming in and looking stuff. But like I guess she had brought her you and the man with her, and it was just like I don't see anybody you know, totally missing my room, not trying to intro. I was just like, okay, cool. Now I got you. You know what I'm saying? I never took it personal. It's just, I offer that as an example of something that happened. So, um, people would consider us, if you were looking at a far lens, they would consider us like, the work situation, right? So that's why
So the question is, how do I view
that,
that? Yeah, yeah, it's foul, and it just shows
yeah,
because you like I couldn't imagine like my woman going out of her way to check on my youth at work before she starts the shift. So she's going in, she's making sure she's getting there a little bit early. It's not to set up her own shit. She's that 20 minutes, she's not using it to set up herself or to ease into the work. She's using it to go and talk to a next man. And then on top of that, now on every blood clot break that she gets, she's using her breaks to go and talk to this my youth fam. Obviously, something is missing and she's trying to get it from elsewhere. So like I don't know what that shorty is on now. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm telling you right now, brother, it starts like that. It starts when women are
that's what I'm
doing that.
saying.
And if this was over 10 years ago, then they might be divorced now, bro. She might have crossed that line. She might have done. I used to work with a shawty too years ago, right? Over
Right,
10 years ago now. Or was it over? It was just under 10 years ago, I would say, right?
right,
In and around that range of time. So this shawty she was married. She didn't have a kid, but she was married, right? And started off more quiet than anything, right?
right.
But in the shop, it's vibes in the shop. All guys, it's vibes. We're bumping tunes, and it was a smaller company, so we're smoking in this place. We're bumping tunes. We have beer in the back.
I know the vibe. That's the vibe,
That's the
bro.
vibes. That's the vibe.
That's
So
when
that's
you're loving work at those times.
that's when you're not on a Sunday. Somebody told me at work the other day that they seen something, bro. You can evaluate how much you like your job by how you feel on Sundays. Something like that,
Okay.
right? If if you have that feeling in your stomach on Sunday, like damn, I gotta fucking go. Something's up. You know what I'm saying? I never had that feeling working at this place. So we vibe. You know what I'm saying? We play. We throw shit at each other. It's like almost borderline jackass, bro. It's actually like there's pranks. There's everything, bro.
Yeah.
Everything, bro. This is the type of company this was, right? So eventually, she started working there. I was working there. She came in as a newer person. I stopped working there when I went back. I think that's when she was already there, right? Um, so she started to, you know what I'm saying, get comfortable, right? So when she started coming to the back, she started seeing the vibes. Now she
Now
starts
she's
popping
there.
up. Now she
Now
starts
she's there.
popping up more. So she starts
Thank you.
popping up more, right? Um, she starts chilling on the breaks with us. You know what I'm saying? Very, very laughy and all of that. And it just got more and more comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
sir.
right? So then now, to me, it crossed the line when she not crossed the line, but this was a turning point when I started noticing that she started talking more sexually. So she started bringing shit up. She pointed out she pointed out a nigga printout pause. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Alright.
wearing my shit at work, my track pants at work. She's pointing out a nigga printout pause. Feel me? And I'm like, and then it got to the point where she kept going with it, right? So they actually got to the point where these other niggas was jealous and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
Oh,
talking about
that's
these older dudes was jealous.
yes.
And they started saying, yo, why the fuck is she talking about your dick when she's married? Right? Like she started.
Oh my
So
god.
so then I'm like, okay, this is now a turning point now. So then there was this other fucking Mayu that started working there, and he seen that, and he started sharpening his fucking fangs, bro, and just went for that. Like he's like, oh, y'all niggas is sleeping on this right here. And I'm telling you right now, for context, she's not really a slouch. I'm not even gonna lie.
All right.
She had
Let's do it.
she had ass.
Work what is she? Is she a road what and a work what?
She's a road, and I'm giving her this off of just her personal style and everything. She's a road 6.5. And I'm giving this is a rubric. I'm using the generalized rubric. I'm not using my own. I would actually give her a 7,
Okay.
maybe a 7.5 on road. But
Right.
at work, to me, it's a 9. I think when you're at work and you're working around all dudes, she pulls up, you're thinking like 9. You know what I'm saying? She's like a work 9, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
had the nice she got the nails done. The toes was immaculate actually, immaculate. The toes was immaculate, fam. She was buttery, fam. Like I'm not even gonna cap. Like the face could have made some, you know what I'm saying. But
Face card was crazy.
face card was alright. It was lookable. Like you know what I'm saying, and not, but it's nothing. It was nothing
But
crazy.
but work
But
work work nine is yeah
because we're
like
talking about like this whole secretary look, but more casual. Like
right
just picture the secretary, but more casual, right? But she had the
right
glasses and everything, right? The glasses, the personality, very nice. Bati was mod actually. To be honest with you, I'm not even gonna cap. Bati was mod. So a work 9 still, a work
right.
9, and I think that's easy.
Sorry about that. My
Um,
bad. I just clean something off the mic.
nah, that's like So yeah, now let's fast forward now. So that Mayu, he came in, he seen that he's bro, he's not, you know what I'm saying?
He's not going for it.
He's all over that. He is all over that, bro. And I remember there was a rumor that this guy who told me this is not credible. So this is why I didn't believe it. Number one, he's not credible. And number two, the Mayu who I'm talking about, this bitch is like 5'7". No, she's probably like 5'8". She was, you know what I'm saying? Like she was a good height. Like she was like a 5'8", maybe 5'7". This
Right.
nigga, this nigga was a nigga. I think she was a Spanish nigga. I think pretty sure he got shot before. He's like 5'2" or 3, scars on his face. This nigga is looking like Danny
Were you
Trejo, fam.
were
Like
you
you know
working
what I'm saying?
were you working as a fucking CEO, bro? Like what the fuck?
Nah, bro. Like, but this nigga looked like he just like he was in a Colombian jail for like 10 years at least, and then came and got out and just fled to fucking Canada and came here. So so this is the Mayu that, and I, like, you know what I'm saying? Like So I didn't believe when that other uncredible person told me that he had seen them looking like in the car, like he couldn't tell for real, but it looked like she was sitting in his car, and then that they was making out. So I didn't believe it. Like I said, dude's not really credible, and I didn't believe it because I'm like, yo, and they were kind of parring, but I feel like she was just one of those dumb chicks who didn't realize what was happening. Right?
Yeah.
She got married young, and then at this point, she's in her early 30s, and now it's all changing. Right? She didn't realize what the fuck she was doing. So now fast forward maybe shit, this is probably like another year and a half. I left that job right around that time where shit was ramping up, and this nigga and her were, and he, you know what I'm saying?
They're down there fucking on the fucking shop floor.
Well, the thing is, bro, from what I saw, when he came around, he was like being like very
Super machismo.
super, well, I don't know about I don't even know what that really means, but
Like the bravado and shit like that.
well, okay, so for instance, one thing I could say is, so she would ask for something like, "Oh, does anybody have any lotion?" I have it, Let me go get it, right? And he will go and get it. And I remember him, and that was actually a real story. It was she asked for some lotion. Oh, do you want me to put it? And then he brings it back. Oh, do you want me to put it on? And she's like, and in front of everybody,
Bro.
and she was just like, no, it's cool. Like it didn't look like she was giving him vibes. It really didn't look like she was giving him vibes, but he was trying so hard that maybe she caved in. Anyway, fast forward a year and a half, I hear that that I actually went back there and visited, and actually it was a year, and it was actually 1 year, like just 1 year, maybe even a little under that. I went back there to visit, and then she's like, so I started smoking again because she quit smoking. She's like, I started smoking again. I'm like, for real?
Shit.
She's like, yeah, stress. I'm like, stress? What are you stressed about? She's like, well, I'm getting a divorce. And I'm like, who fucked up? She's like, I did.
Shit.
So then after that, whatever, she wouldn't tell me what it was. I asked her, she wouldn't tell me. And then after the fact, I talked to another guy that also worked there, and I think he left when I spoke to him about this. But we spoke on the phone, and he was just like, "Yeah, she had an affair," and I didn't know with who. I don't think he said with who, but I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was the Mayut actually. Yeah, no, he might have said that it was him. Yeah, yeah, I think she said that it was him. Which man, so I'm like, bro. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so it starts like that. Anyway, just the moral of the story is that it starts like that. So I would actually put money on it that 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 joint that you was talking about at your work is not fucking married right now, bro. And the only thing that might be keeping them together is the fact that they do have a youth together. You know what I mean? This other situation, she didn't have a youth, so maybe that was something that, you know what I mean.
It's a little bit easier to duck off, you know?
It's a little bit easier to just say fuck it, you know what I mean, and just go about your
Fuck it.
fucking business or whatever. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, man. But it was crazy though, and I even seen her on dating apps after that and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man. Honestly.
So yeah, bro. Like I mean, so that shit is more unacceptable than a lot of different situations. To be honest with you, that's one of the more upper echelon of unacceptable.
Oh
Like in
yeah.
my opinion, the work joints, because like you said, you're technically spending more time with this my youth than you're spending with me. Really,
Every day you're getting up early. Imagine waking up.
dog,
Yo, Dad. Imagine
dog.
waking up earlier because you want to go see a thing. You
Oh
guys want to go
my,
get a Timmy's.
oh
You want to get
my,
a
bro,
Timmy's? So you're leaving out your
bro.
hot bed, fam, to go to go get a Timmy's coffee, fam, with a
Fam,
ting.
you're
And
leaving early while the nigga's still asleep so that you could go and sip coffee with it. That to me says that when you go in there, this person is getting you through your day. If this nigga's getting you through your day, bitch, you better
trust,
go
yo,
and
I'll
you
fucking
better go.
slap this fucking mic off the thing. The fuck? Yo, it's so much. It's so much, dog. It's
Yeah,
it's the
bro.
whole thing, fam.
It's the whole shit.
It's the
It's the
thing,
whole
dog.
shit.
It's the thing, dog. It's you're coming to work. Imagine you don't want to go to work, but you want to go. You'll go to work for Shotty.
You don't even want to go to work. You don't even like your job.
Your
But
paycheck doesn't fucking matter.
oh my gosh,
Oh,
bro.
what? Yo, your paycheck just means that you guys get to go out for an extra lunch. With who? Yo, oh fuck. Yo,
Oh
yo,
shit, bro. Yeah,
allow me, bro.
that one is soul
And it
wrenching.
creeps up. It's every day, and the more, bro, the mathematics on that shit must be crazy because the
Yeah,
more you and your company you feel the same way
right.
is the more you're bonding together.
You're bonding. Oh my god. So yeah, you
Yo,
feel the
it's
same.
so
You
slow
talk about the
today.
thing. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're
You're
having the
dealing with
it's a
this
slow
person.
yo,
Oh my god. You know what
you,
this person said to me? Oh yeah, I hate them too, man. They're like, and it's
did you
just
see the
bonding.
email? Oh my
Did you? Yeah. Yo, it's so fucking true, bro. And
god.
yeah, so it's yeah, for me, that is, and I would assume that that is something that a lot of couples probably have issues with, right? Is, well, I know that there's this guy that you work with and he looks like this and you guys work closely together and
I, I
man,
so
work
so
things happen all the time, bro.
the second part to that question was, have you ever known that particular situation, now that it's defined, to have ever worked out in either of the favors?
Um, no,
Me, right? Okay.
I heard of one particular story, somebody else's story of, I think it's a friend of somebody's significant other or whatever that
Okay.
was working at this spot and basically they was having an affair, whatever, whatever. Um, the dude was married and then the chick was, I think she was either married or in a relationship.
Okay.
Um, she ended up divorced or separated, whatever, from her partner. And
Okay.
then it was like, okay, so I'm all right. We could be together now. And he's like, the fuck is you talking about? I'm not leaving my wife, bro.
Oh, shit.
Right? So yeah, there was that. So I can't think of anyone that ever worked out. Like I just told you, Shorty over there, she ended up getting a divorce. And obviously she wasn't with the my youth that she was with that time because she was on dating apps because I saw her,
Yeah.
a year or two later, and then maybe 3 years after that or four, that like, whatever, I met my Shotty or whatever. But in between that time, when if I was on, and I went on and off in the dating apps, I never really been super super on them for a long time. But when I was on, I seen her a couple times on there for sure. So she couldn't have been with that nigga. So yeah, I feel like a lot of the times it doesn't work out, man. And you be fooled that the fact that just because y'all spend so much time together and all of that, but when you're in the confines of work, there's that sort of protection. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you guys are, you know, meant to be in a relationship together. Just because you vibe at work. You know what I mean? Like,
Which is such a weird thing, right? Like you would think that it
and it probably does. In some cases, it probably does give you opportunity to meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, and sorry to cut you off, but my whole thing is, if you are not with somebody that like you can see people and you be like, yeah, this person is attractive, but the competition could be like, it should be like, yeah, but they're not gonna fucking be as funny as my joint, or they're not gonna do this, or they're not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be able to bond with somebody more than your own shawty. You know what I mean? Like, or
that's
or or significant other, regardless of gender. But I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying?
nobody's bonding, fam.
Yeah,
No trauma bonding, no nothing, dog.
Yeah.
No fucking Curaban. I don't care, dog.
Yeah,
There's
man.
so, but yet it still happens, right? And it is because you guys are going and you're struggling together, and it's a slow process, you know,
Yeah.
and that's that's it's such a slow creep. So for me, what
Look at Jungle
saved
Fever, man. Have you seen Jungle Fever?
I haven't seen that in
You gotta
a
watch it,
million
bro.
years.
You might have to watch that this weekend, bro. That might be a joint. That's a classic right there. We talking about legendary and all of that. That motherfucker's a
Right.
classic. Yeah, nah, but yeah, exactly. At the end of it, like they didn't end up together and shit. Not to spoil it and shit, but you know what I'm saying. Well, you said you've seen it, but just not in a while. But yeah, bro,
Yeah.
fucking. That's yo. I feel like a lot of same situation. Work joint, you know. Nah, bro. I feel like a lot. I would say that more often than not, those work joints don't work out, bro.
They you gotta it's a nice concept to know that you got
No, it's
you know
not nice, bro. It's not nice.
no, when you're in it, let's be real, when you're in it, it's a nice concept. If you're the one, if you're the star in the show, it's a nice concept
If
because
you're
you don't
single,
warm.
if you're two
If
single people at work, great.
fantastic point,
And that and,
fantastic,
and I feel and I have seen situations where that worked out.
that's
Where
gonna
it
work. That
that
should work.
should work. That
That
should
should
work.
work, right? Because you guys are going through it together. The same negatives are a positive, but
Yeah.
once you apply the other partner, it's just like no, bro. Like because the relationship to maintain on its own is work itself, and you're gonna go with it. No, I'm not for that,
No,
bro.
man. No, 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 no.
But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I think that any other question I'm gonna ask you is gonna stretch pause into the next episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I guess it
uh
would. Yeah. I mean, we didn't. Shit, man. You seen
it's
the?
a
I have to
it's a
say
buck
this though.
30.
It's a buck 30,
Look up top.
bro. I got 41 on my joint. 41, 45 right now.
I got 126.47. The fuck?
Bro, we gotta talk about Shannon Sharpe though, bro. We have to. We have to, bro. This shit is fresh.
Ha!
We got to talk about this nigga. And it's probably gonna be an ongoing thing. So I mean, I feel like if we even have to stretch this for half an hour, it's up to you though. I mean, if you really want to hold it out, we can hold this shit off, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, no,
But
no, no, no. We can tap it up real quick about that
we can
because
chap it up. We can chap
chap
it
it
up.
up. I seen a little bit here and there about that. Like I've been seeing it throughout this week for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I even heard Cam speak on it.
I
You
did hear
know,
Cam as well speak on it in a clip. I
um,
didn't see the whole
in a
shit,
clip
but
I didn't see. I'm gonna clarify that going forward. I've seen a
yeah.
lot of clips about that, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, But yeah, essentially, dick pussy shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting a bag. You are, as they call it, a high profile individual. You're Shannon Sharpe, dog. You have a prolific podcast, and you're getting deals. You're getting money. Look, listen, bro. You know the age gap alone should have had you weary.
Well, that's not even an
And
age gap. That's
that
an age
he's
gap
what
is 10
50 something.
years. 10,
He-
12 years. Like maybe that's a gap. Like that nigga is 50, 54, and she is now 20, I think. So we're
No, she
talking,
is not.
yeah,
What?
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You didn't know that?
I thought she was 21. The last thing that I heard,
Dog,
and
even if she was 21, that's still 30 something years.
no, 21 when the thing happened. So
No, she was like 19 when the joint happened.
no, are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah, bro. What the fuck, man? Even if she was 21, what is
Yo,
bro? Even if
that
she was
is, yeah. I know.
the
That
21 thing, okay, in our minds, in the way that we perceive things, and like
I
you know,
know. It's
we
still,
think with
it's
21, it's like okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah,
nah, like you know what I'm
it's
saying?
still the
It's
robbery.
it's it's still crazy, and I mean, listen, it's for me, it's not. bro, it's not the age gaps and the fact that she's 9. You know how people say, "Oh, that's disgusting." It doesn't disgust me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It doesn't disgust me, right? But it's when it looks predatory. Because listen, there, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not possible that, you know what I mean. Somehow, a woman who's 19 and a guy who's in his 50s or whatever can't bond, and then something can't fucking happen there. If it's authentic, if it's love, like you, nobody could tell you different. Like especially when somebody is
That's
making
true.
decisions on their own and they're an adult, and
Yep.
that's it. You know, they're making decisions. There's no predatory things. There's no money and all this kind of thing involved where this nigga is a high profile person with a lot of money and she's also money thirsty like, and even if she wasn't, whether she was or not, when you see, especially when the guy is like in that, you know what I'm saying, category,
Right.
it's like, and then it's like, yeah, so that looks predatory, you know what I'm saying?
For
So
sure.
that's the thing about it for me when it comes to the age thing. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm talking to somebody who, like, I don't find younger girls attractive. Like, I mean, they can look good, they can have ass, but like as soon
Listen,
as I hear age, nah, I don't like it, bro. I don't want no 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I don't.
27,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
28,
yeah,
29,
yes,
27, fam.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want to hear, yo, I
yeah,
want you having your feet running already. I need you established. I need you to know about life,
yeah,
laundry,
yeah,
heartbreaking bills at the same time.
yeah.
At the same time.
Think about to drop an album called "Heartbreaking Bills." Yo, dog.
That's the episode. That's the
"Heartbreaking Bills." That's definitely the title, no doubt,Rilski.
you know. Oh, live.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. So like, honestly, like the young thing, I haven't ever understood that.
No, me
So
neither. Me neither.
so to me, like, I mean, okay. So as for the predatory thing, I think it's not predatory when it's two sharks, bro. You know,
Facts.
that
Facts.
bitch knew exactly what the fuck she was
Facts.
doing.
Facts. In this case, not predatory. You're right. You're right. But I feel like when people talk about, oh, it's disgusting, like that's the only way that it, for me, comes off as really, really wrong. In this scenario, absolutely not. She knew damn well what she was doing. You saw those text messages. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
didn't see them. I just
Apparently,
seen
I didn't see them
audio.
either. I just heard them, and apparently they're official text messages. Like for real,
Oh,
they've
that's
been clear, they've been vetted as, yo, these are the texts. So it's like, yeah, like yeah, definitely not looking at it from a predator in this particular situation. She knew what the fuck she was doing.
mm-hmm.
That's as simple as fucking that. As far as Shannon Sharpe goes, bro, I do not understand how niggas can be that fucking stupid, bro. I don't fucking get it, bro. If you got bread like Shannon Sharpe fucking does,
Right.
why are you fucking with a shotty like that at that is that age, brother? And when you was on the phone and she started talking about words manipulate, bro, as soon as I hear that, yo, click. The conversation is
Off. Yo,
over.
I'm
The first time I've gotten ever a hint of, like, so what
in
yeah,
the toilet. In
what
the
I
toilet.
think in the yo, what I think everybody is trying to say is that, what is, I nobody ever said this, but I'm assuming that this must be an angle that certain people are trying to come with that are on Shannon Sharpe's side, is that
Okay.
this was some super role play shit. Like off the phone, she's saying, "Yo, I want you to do this. I'm gonna deny it. You know, I'm gonna tell you to stop. I'm gonna tell you to stop manipulating me, and you're gonna push, and you're gonna keep going. And you know what I
So
mean?
so that doesn't sound like a predator to you?
That is 100%. Of course that does. Of course that
So
does. I
but
never
this so
said
like
she's
this
not.
is
I
but
agreed with you when.
this is what these people are failing to see. It's just like, so I think on a so because
No,
the
but I think
lawsuit,
people are seeing. No, but I think people are seeing that. The ones that are not, they're not. Like, okay, we know that. But the ones that are, it's pretty clear. But that, so let's just say that that was the case, right? And that she's told him, "This is what I want you to do. I want us to role play it, and I want you to get on the phone and tell me you're gonna choke me in public and all of that. That shit turns me on." Shannon Sharpe, are you? You're not really that sharp. You're not very, very sharp, Shannon. You're not. How could you let that happen? How could you not see what this bitch was fucking trying to do? You're gonna get on the phone? You're gonna get on the
yeah,
phone where
it's
you know, bro,
wild.
iPhone and Android right now both have features. You hit a button and the conversation is being recorded live.
Shit,
And even if
that's
you don't, I think with the iPhone feature, the other person knows you're recording, but that's not very hard to fucking do. All you gotta do is sit there with a motherfucking microphone and record. Are you
right.
fucking kidding me? And it's obviously another younger nigga that's probably helping her with the shakedown. So
Yo,
come
why does he
on,
not
bro.
have the
Come
like?
on.
That's a that's you got a Jew card of that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a she gave you she showed you she
She
was
showed
bro.
you
Come
who
on,
she
bro.
is, bro. She showed you who she is many times.
Listen,
100%. 100%.
listen. I would have there would have been so much insulation around me around that situation. There's
Oh
you
my
put
goodness, bro.
people
Tell
you
me
don't
about it.
like
Insulation?
why, but you can't if it's like
There'd be
if it's
drywall around my shit, bro. What are you
a
talking about?
moat, nigga, a moat. This is you can't
A
get in
moat
here.
with sharks and crocodiles in that
You know
motherfucker,
what I'm
dog.
saying? And
What do you
go
mean?
tell the bitch go see your fucking family, bitch. Like what the fuck? Like
Wow.
yo, like
Wow.
this is like
And I'm
honestly,
looking at the joint. The joint doesn't look that fire.
listen to me, man.
How fire could that box be? This is like, I don't know if this nigga is on some shit where it's just like, bro, because he's from a certain era, this is like, this is like next level, you know what I'm saying? Grail, bro. This is
Yo,
something different. Like he couldn't, because the joint is not that fire.
yo, it's
Like,
not about it being fire, man. It's about it. It's about the. It's about the hustle. It's about the cooperation. It's about the ambition that this thing is putting into you. Because remember, just like pain and gain.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
he's probably used to dealing with older things, and for that
yeah.
reason, that don't really need nothing from him or whatever. He meets
Mm.
this new young thing. She's over here, yo, I'm a
She's
OF
she's
sass. I'm
she's
a Orly F
she's giving
model.
you all of the energy. Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, yeah,
listen, I
yeah.
don't need your bread. I got my own. I'm doing my own thing. Blah blah blah. I just like, yeah,
Oh
it's very
shit.
dismissive,
You're
bro.
very
Like
right.
these,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, these shotties and like, yo, dog, it's not even nothing. Like I said, it's dick pussy shit, bro. Like this is you have to calculate these risks, bro.
Well, this is
Like,
what I'm saying though, right? Like, I mean, no matter how much, like, of course you're gonna have bitch giving you that energy. How do you not see that? And this almost kind of goes back to that conversation that we was having the other
right,
day about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the somebody, coming out of nowhere and saying, "Hey, I want you to do this for me and do that for me, and you're just gonna do this and you're gonna do all of that." It's just like niggas will fall for that because bread ain't nothing to them, or so they think it's not. It's nothing until you're in a situation like this,
mm-hmm,
right? And now,
that's
in
real.
order to settle out of court, you're gonna have to put up at least half of that fucking 50. You know what I'm saying? And if she feels like with all this evidence that she could get the full 50, then
Well, like,
she's gonna drag that shit through the court. And like now
yo,
here you is paying 50 mil. So before
but
you
like,
think, oh, bread is nothing, and you go and try to say, oh yeah, well, I don't give a fuck, I'll pay for everything, but hey man, this is what we doing, and da 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 da. Like there's no heart in there, bro. Like they don't care about you when there's money, bro. So why are you so quick to go and put your bread into a shorty that come off the fucking street doing OnlyFans? Come on, bro.
yo, man, it was listen, man, it was you know how when bowlers when they do that strike pose and their leg is behind the other leg.
Yeah.
That's that bitch. lined that nigga up, stood him up like pins, and lined that nigga up, bro.
Oh man, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like trust, yo. So I think that, yo, listen, man. You know, fame and power and all of that stuff. When you're in a position of power, it's easy, super easy to be abused, bro. And I think that's just an example of it. You know, you probably, I don't envy homeboy right now. You know, but like Cam said in that one clip that I seen, you know, you start at 50 and you really get, 23, you get the number that you really want, you know.
Yeah.
So you, but even still, like, you're gonna get something, and it's unfortunate, but he should have had a better team around him.
I mean,
Um,
from the sound of it, even when he does his podcasts and stuff, and you see people talk, like, you know what I mean? And I would have thought that I remember when he interviewed, what's that comedian's name, man?
Cat
Um,
Cat Williams,
no, another one.
uh,
You seen him on clips.
Marlon Wayans,
He's on the nah, man. Of course, I would know. I would know those guys. I'm talking about
the girl.
You see him? No, 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 no. It's a guy. It's an older guy, bald guy. You always see him in the memes and shit. Like he's on the Breakfast Club,
Let me
and
look it up.
he's I think his name's Donnell
Donnell Rawlings.
Rawlings. Donnell Rawlings.
Yeah,
He did a pod with Donnell Rawlings,
right.
and Donnell Rawlings was talking about how he was in some relationship with a woman that was the age was crazy. Like, no, maybe it wasn't 19, but it was. I think it was actually 19, bro. Like something like that. And then you see Shannon Sharpe reacting like, "Yo, come on, Donnell. Nah, Donnell. Yeah, nah. You ain't gonna do that. Nah." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, now in retrospect, nigga, you did this. What? What the fuck is going on here, bro? And obviously, I understand that people cap on the fucking internet. I get it. But like, take your own cap and utilize it to help you navigate these situations. No, I mean, what are we talking about, man?
Right.
So yeah, nah, that's just that. For me, I get it. You know, you're in a position of power. You got bread. I get it. You know, you're gonna get blinded from time to time. It's not necessarily easy to navigate, know who's who, what's what. You got a lot going on. The money, the power gets to your head, all of that. But nah, that's the thing that pisses me off even more. Not pisses me off, but I really don't feel bad for you. You more money, more resources, more responsibility. That's all on you, bro. You've you have the means to protect yourself more than anybody else. No, you don't get no fucking sympathy from
No
me at
pushback.
all, bro. At
All
all.
right. So yeah. Well, I you know hope that he has his ducks in order type shit.
The
You
ducks in
know,
a row and shit.
right? And yeah, that's unfortunate for my brother over there, bro. Like, cause nobody wants that shit, bro. Nobody needs that. It was
Nah,
an
man.
unnecessary mistake, and
Very preventable.
the okey doke was crazy. You know, in that kind of scenario, I would love to have had like con artist friends. You know, like that's
Yeah,
I would have had like an Ocean's 13 level type of person
yeah,
that was like, hey brother, and
yeah.
because right now I'm watching uh Den of Thieves Pantera, so I would definitely want somebody that I could like show me that, yo, this is a super play, fam, that I could listen to, because that's very important. A lot of people get to that level, they surround people with yes men. Sometimes they don't do it with their original squad, and they get further and further and further away, and people to grease the wheel,
Well, the
make more
problem is
money.
those types of people could be trying to shake you down. Like, how do you trust these people? They know so much. How do you know that they ain't? You know what I'm
Just put
saying?
me, just put me on a, just put me on a little compound. You know, that's
Yeah,
all I want. My little piece, little compound. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
10 house compound. We'll have a big dirty garage in the middle. So, full time mechanic. That's how we just. I don't want. Do I? You know what I'm saying? Like that's it, bro. Like you guys got your bread. Just chill, fam. Just go to from your compound to the studio. If the studio's not on your fucking compound, are you dumb? Like, bro, where am I going, fam? These guys are
yeah,
crazy. It's okay, fam, but you know what I'm saying, fam? Like, bro, it's frustrating to me, boy. Like, you know what, man? Every man
yeah,
has fault. I am a faulted man. I've made my mistakes, and as long as you try to aim to be better than you were yesterday, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how it's going to affect him. Let's hope the best for him. Um,
yeah.
you know, you might have to pay a little bread, but at least it's a legal way. It's not somebody trying to shake you down every day. You're literally getting rid of a problem, and you come out with the apology tour, and you just keep it pushing, fam. Like, hey, yo, she got me, y'all. She got me. Like, however the fuck you guys say that shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
'cause I can't do the list piece, So, but yeah, fam. Like, honestly, man, yeah, man. So, okay, that being said, all right, wrap it up. Do you think that Shorty deserves any bread from it?
Well, deserves. I mean, nigga,
Okay, you
like,
know what I
okay,
mean
okay.
by deserve. Like,
Like, given that maybe that conversation was not a role play joint, like, and that was an authentic conversation where he was threatening her. Like, nah, she still don't deserve shit. Like, nah, like it that's a tough one because okay, what's like define deserve? Like
because
because
let's say her angle was trying to get bread
yeah. The whole time
the whole time, right?
she did everything
She,
right,
she,
and he let
she.
her. She did everything right, and he let her. So I guess she's entitled to the bread. Like, does she deserve it? Well, I don't
Entitled
like
is
people who do that.
wild phrasing right there. Crazy.
Facts,
But I
though.
feel you. I feel you. If I said the same
From
shit,
a legal standpoint,
right?
she's entitled to the bread. She did
Did
everything. Like,
so she okay? I did is what is what is she suing? Is she suing him? What is she suing him for?
I'm gonna assume that it's because of rape, and it's basically like
No,
so. It's a rape thing, and
she.
when you bring rape to a civil court, and this is what I'm think. This is what I think. I could be totally wrong, but when you bring something like that to a civil court like that, or what do you call it? I think it's a civil court. Yeah, and then it's basically damages, bro. So it's damages, and it's based off of somebody's income. So it's like, okay, this person has this much.
Holy.
Bro, she's probably doing her research well long
If
ago,
she
fam. Like,
if she wasn't so anxious, she would you want to see the real she bit him. She bit him, but she didn't get her teeth sunk in. If she had waited for that
true,
100M
true.
thing to come in, waited a couple of greased the wheel for a couple of years, bro.
Yeah.
Whoo.
Yeah, but maybe he was trying to get out of her shit and trying to get, and then now
And
she's like, nah,
and
you ain't
she
going
had
nowhere.
to
So she had to. So she
you might
had to.
uh, you ever got the Heisman before? Like shit,
Yeah.
imagine a thing half your age giving you the Heisman, fam. It's crazy.
More than half.
More than half. It's crazy. Man, that situation, man.
We'll see though, man. We'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
definitely see, fam. You know.
Yeah, man.
But yo, this has been another episode of the Brothers Grimm. I'm your boy AK.
It's your boy Dub.
Yeah, you guys don't know, man. One
Bet.
bless. Yeah, I gotta press leave.
You could press leave. Yeah, you could press leave. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bet.
All right,
Just
bet.
on my nigga.